Hello, this is J.N.S, and today I want to give an update on my perspective regarding reparations in general, in lieu of the conflation of certain topics within the reparations space. In particular, I want to address the outcome with the OMB. A lot of Black Americans who have been in this space, we are well aware of the recent decisions of the OMB. And so I want to discuss it, a little bit more. A lot of us we feel disappointed in what happened, and so they did decide the OMB did decide against the wishes of Black Americans to not go with a separate category for Black Americans versus other melanated people that are in this country, as far as the distinction. Now, what a lot of us was wanting as far as our designation was Black American, but we wanted to define what Black American meant. And for those like me, for Black Americans like me, we were hoping that they would define Black American under a very specific parameter that spoke to descendants of slavery. Uh, that is what we was hoping for. And then within that definition of Black American, it obviously uh, would cover it would be an umbrella term for all of the terms that we ever went by, be it mulatto, Negro, colored, what's the other one, freedmen, African American, any term that we had legal documentation for, and then and including the current nomenclature that people have wanted to use. That wasn't my actual proposal. I was going along with the Black American aspect and all the terms and even the new nomenclature, I would have to say. But um, the actual campaign for it was done by grassroots Black Americans and even by some organizations. That's what we would have liked to see happen. The majority of Black Americans, as per the even the data that the OMB curated, the number one requested identifier for Black Americans was the term Black American for 2023. And unfortunately, what they decided to do was keep Black and African American as an umbrella term for everybody, including melanated immigrants, because they said it would be too hard to decipher between and it would be too hard to decipher the data between who's been here and who's not, and all this nonsense, so they forego that, and so they kept Black and African American, but again, it's not delineated, and so that's important. It's not delineated, but then a lot of Black Americans, they nonetheless they still would rather have kept Black American than to go under a new nomenclature and have it delineated. That's a distinction that I'm noticing. It's like there's some Black Americans that would rather have it be Black American, even if it meant having to share the identifier with melanated immigrants versus having to go under, say, ADOS or like Freedmen or something. That is a distinction that I've noticed. That's just me as a sociologist studying what people are actually saying. And so that's one aspect to look at it. There's some people that feel like, well, we didn't really, there's nothing to be disappointed. I'm just disappointed in the fact that the Black American definition was not codified and concretized specifically for descendants of slavery. That's my disappointment. And maybe that was too much to ask. I don't think it's too much to ask at all. But maybe, as far as these quote unquote work groups and whatnot, uh, but we know it's not too much to ask because they were able to define African American. So if you're able to define African American, you can define Black American, especially if the OMB decided to combine race and ethnicity this year. Another thing that I was disappointed, and many Black Americans was disappointed, was the removal of Negro um, from the definition of Black and African American. Now, there's some very fuzzy ass logic that people are promoting as to why this should be looked at as progress or why this is a good thing. And one of the pivots rather was that because Negro is not an exclusive term for all. Was not exclusive to Black Americans, because there was quote unquote Caribbeans in the country in the 1930s who would have technically put Negro on their documentation. So here's where that logic falls apart. The term that the OMB decided to go with, Black and African American, they are using that as an umbrella term for all melanated people in this country by that same logic. So what was actually the point of removing Negro? Even if we want to say, well, it's not exclusive to us. Well, Black is no longer exclusive to us. So where I'm trying to understand y'all motherfucking logic. And so again, this is this double speak and double talk to hope they think they talking to some sherm ass niggas that don't know shit, and so they try to double talk. But by that very logic, if we know that the OMB did not create a separate category for immigrants, melanated immigrants, and they lumped us all under Black and African American, and so technically they can use that identifier, then why did the separation, the removal of Negro further removes the Black American identifier from the exclusivity of the Black American? So it further causes erasure, further causes ethnocide. And by the very logic that Negro was never exclusive to us, why the fuck would it matter then? Black and African American in 2024, according to OMB and their combining of race and ethnicity, is no longer exclusive to the Black American. So why the fuck would it matter whether or not Negro was some scenario of the 1930s? What that scenario would be a non sequitur, be inconsequential to the way they have it set up. So they could have kept it in there. So there's something deeper and more sinister going on. It is not progress. It is not something we should be, oh, they've removed Negro. That means there's some progress for us because Negro wasn't exclusive to us. But then in the same breath, Kamilah Moore, because I'm talking to your ass, you say that it allows us to set it up for the political status. But by your very logic, you just said Negro is not exclusive to us. And because in the 1930s, Caribbean motherfuckers was here, which we have the data of who was in this country in the 1930s. And the term Negro was used in 1857, by the way, but it was exclusively for Black Americans. Some Caribbeans came over here who was 0.00.2% of the population comes over. We talking about just the 1960s. The 1930s, I mean, that number is even smaller. We just have the data from the 1960 census of how many Africans and Caribbeans were over here. And we're talking about 0.001, like 2%. Compared to what was in the 1930s. So inconsequential. So that's double talk. So Black Americans don't catch that. They don't catch that. So there was so for those who are wondering, like, well, where is this coming from? There was a Twitter space on, what was it, Saturday, where, we were hashing this out, and based off of this post that you see on the screen. And so she was trying to clarify what she meant by saying, the removal of Negro, or refining of the Black or African American category, removing Negro, signifies progress and advocating for political status separate from race and ethnicity. Obviously, I don't agree with that. Nobody really agrees with that. And so they were wanting explanation from that. So then it pivoted to, well, once people called her out for this, and I'll get into the details of what that call out looked like. But then it got into, well, the reason why it's progress is because Negro was not exclusive to Black Americans, because there was Caribbeans that was here in the 1930s. So how the fuck can we advocate for this as a political status then, Kamilah? Because then in that room you said, well, we could use Negro as a political status. And we looking like, this is the double talk. And I'm telling you, like, these people think that our people are so fucking dumb. And it's like, and to be honest, a lot of times our people are not thinking that hard about this shit. But I catch double talk. I catch illogical coherences or logical fallacies. I'm quick with that. As much as y'all let it play on my top and try to say, oh, Kylie's crazy, whatever. No, motherfucker, I will catch your motherfucking ass in some lies or in some illogical fallacies. So if you're saying that Negro was not exclusive, and so that's why it was a good thing, okay, but Black and African American category is not exclusive to Black Americans anymore either in 2024, as per the OMB. So that logic falls flat on its face. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. If the Africans and the Caribbean immigrants in 2024 get to use Black and African American, and you claim by your logic that the Negro wasn't exclusive to us, then it wouldn't have fucking mattered. But it would have drawn a greater parallel to it, to the actual group of the people that we're talking about. It actually, had we kept the definition in there, it actually would have been more powerful for identification, for delineation. They knew that. They knew that these people play guerrilla warfare, psychological guerrilla warfare. Okay. And so that was one aspect of it. Legal guerrilla warfare. That's what this was. Legalese guerrilla warfare. That's what this was. They were moving Negro, send out some boule niggas to tell y'all that is progress and that is good. And then everybody think, oh, I trust your judgment. I trust your... Nah, nigga. We saw what y'all did. Because my thing is, her logic will only hold up if the OMB decided to make Black American and African American exclusively for Black Americans, right? And then the removal of Negro because it was an exclusive. That's the only way that logic will hold up. But that logic will not hold up if Black and African American in 2024 is a catch-all phrase for every melanated person in this country. And then at the same time say that Negro was never exclusive to Black Americans, which I can make an argument that it was always exclusive to Black Americans. I don't care who try to crowbar and cosplay somebody's and steal somebody's identity. It's still exclusive to us. I don't care if somebody sneaks in the 1930s and put Negro on a birth certificate knowing that they was a fucking Caribbean. How the fuck is that? How the fuck is that our problem? That's somebody cosplaying. That's somebody stealing someone's identity. That's illegal. So Negro was created in the 1800s. This was something that is on birth certificates, millions of Black Americans' birth certificates. Every organization that we ever had, hundreds and hundreds of organizations, what was it? Named after Negro. Negro Baseball League. Negro colored people, all this stuff. Negro schools, Negro, all types of stuff. All types of professional stuff named after what? The Negro. And so we can draw a corollary between American chattel slavery, the nomenclature of Negro as a reclassification moniker, and then everything subsequent in Black American history, proving that Negro is exclusive to Black Americans. I don't care if some 0.00.21% of fucking Caribbeans come here to the 1930s and decide to put Negro on a birth certificate, which we know. Look at Kamilah Harris. Kamilah Harris was in her 50s. She had Jamaican and white on her birth certificate. Why she ain't put Negro? And since it's so non-exclusive, that motherfucker ain't put a Negro on her birth certificate. And many Caribbeans have not. So it is exclusive to the Black American. And they removed it from the definition of Black and African American to further ethnocide the Black American. You're not going to tell you. I know deception and guerrilla warfare. These motherfuckers did that for those reasons, to further ethnocide the Black American. And then they send out our own people that we think is actually fighting for us. Oh yeah, it's progress. It's going to help us get a political status. But you just said it wasn't exclusive to us. So which one is it? Which one is it? They come and give you these talking points, or they come and tell you what to say to try to smooth it over with the Negro Black American. And then the average Black American ain't gonna be thinking that hard about it. And you double talking and sound good and sound educated, sound like you know what you're talking about. And they just gonna go along with it. Not over here. Not with J.N.S. J.N.S. sees everything in multi-dimensions. Okay? And so this is not to beat up on Kamilah or whatever. I really don't have no big beef with her. I'm going to give her some actual pointers, though, in this video. Because she needs to be held to task, too. So this is not a beat up and gang it and just bash Kamilah more. But you're going to get some correction. You're going to get the rod of correction in this video by J.N.S. Kali Mind the Flesh. Okay, so that's what this video is about. It's not to beat up on you, but you gotta come on now. Come on now. So I'm calling this shit out because we was in that room on Saturday 4 hours talking about this shit, about the OMB outcome and the removal of Negro from Black and African American, Black American identification. It was what the majority of us wanted. And so we was wondering why did you guys come up with all this other shit trying to put forth freedmen and FBA and all this stuff, muddling the waters. When we all try to get on an accord, Unity for Community campaign, which was to go under Black American and include all of these other nomenclatures within under the definition of Black American, including Negro. That would have been the best strategic plan, the best course of action. But no, everybody got in their ego. They wanted to call up their Freedman. Then you got people ADOS. Then you got people FBA. Then you got motherfuckers Black American. Then you got a couple African American. Then you got a couple Negro. And it just was confused. So they said, okay, you know what? Black and African American gonna be the fucking moniker, and we're not creating no separate category for the fucking Black immigrants. Y'all gonna share the category with them. Keep it fucking moving. Now what? And we removing Negro from Black and African American to further remove the identifiers from your lineage. Because we really would have had a stronger case. If Negro would have stayed in that definition, we would have had a stronger case. Like, we do need a separate category. Like what the fuck is y'all doing? And then they say, oh, we shouldn't be mad at the OMB because Barack Obama did with Grace Ming and the removal of Negro. That's a whole nother fucking separate topic from this. It really is. It really is. And I'm not going to act like I'm the scholar on the Negro pedagogy and epistemology. I'm not. There is another group that is working on a lot of the scholarship around Negro. That's not. This is more emotional for me, believe it or not, than me trying to purport an agenda for the Negro. I just know that it's easier to draw a corollary from American chattel slavery using the term Negro to prove with our documentation, with things that we have went through. We can prove, okay, a lot of the documentation, even with Jim Crow, said no Negro, colored Negro. You know, these are things that, as a part of our history, that we need to be able to go back and use to prove our cases and to prove who we are, that we've been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And so we need that preserved. We need the people that have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. We are not no motherfucking immigrants. I don't want to be lumped in with no immigrants. Okay? So yes, I would advocate for Black Americans to use the term Black American for now until we whatever we, until we evolve to something else or keep it the way it is. I don't give a damn. But I felt like that was the best term based on what the people said and based on me studying it. Now they talk about, those who say that Black is dead. Here's the thing. You have the legal, cultural, is the legal implications of Black. You have the cultural implications of Black, and you have the metaphysical implications of Black. Black Americans who decide to go by Black follow the metaphysical and cultural implications of Black. And so there was 3 different arguments going on. From me as a point of a researcher, this is what I noticed. There was those that fell on the legalese side of the Black argument, and then you had the metaphysical Black argument and the cultural Black argument. After me studying for 2 years, longer than that, 3 years, about the legalese of Black, civitor mortuus, cultural implications of Black, in terms of those literally saying, hey, this is our documentation. Here, look at all the things we did in the 60s. Hey, look at all this stuff we came up with under the term Black in America. The cultural aspects of that, and then the metaphysical. Then that's when we talk about like those that's into the dark matter and the cosmo and the Black actually being the when we talk about maritime admiralty law, they reversed the definition of Black in the United States in legal terms. But when you look at the metaphysical definition of Black, you get something totally different. Now, those believe that universal law trumps admiralty law. They're actually correct in that. And so you have to look at it from different, multifaceted lens. And then, the Black Americans that go by Black, you're not about to tell them something about legalese because they understand the metaphysical aspects of the real definition of Black, regardless of what the United States government did, regardless even how they defined it as all racial groups from Africa and all this stuff. They didn't care about that. They didn't care. I personally cared about defining of Black to not mean racial groups in Africa. I don't think that Black Americans should be defined as any racial group from fucking Africa. No, I don't. I know I don't agree with that. And so it was such a convoluted conundrum um to be in, you know, because you got those that say, oh, the black is dead. We can't go by race. We can't have race based legislation. We got to have a status. We got to have this. You got these niggas saying that. And you got the. I mean, it really will cause you to be on a hamster wheel, to be honest. And so, um, nonetheless, Black Americans, whether they be in person, Twitter Spaces, in around the country, on all aspects around the country, north, south, east, west. These Black Americans said they like to be called Black American. That's what they said. I studied this for 3 years. I know what the hell they said. I know what they said. That's what I said. Okay, that's how y'all on the road. That's the term. And I do think that those that were close to that, these work groups and people that's close to that, I do think they should have advocated for what Black Americans actually wanted, regardless of what their personal agendas was, you know. And so the OMB, they decided to go with Black and African American category, and it's not delineated though. And so that's the only thing that I have an issue with, is that it doesn't say, it says Black or African American. I think it should say Black American or African American. I think it should be delineated, and I do think there should be a separate category from melanated immigrants. I do feel that way, and I do feel that Negro should have stayed a part of the definition. That's the end of it for me. I'm not out here trying to say, oh, we need to be FBA, oh, we need to be Freeman, oh, we need to be ADOS. I don't give a shit about none of that. I felt like, okay, if they wanted to include that in the definition of a Black American, I was willing to entertain it. Sure. They stop all the fighting and all the nonsense. Sure. But then once again, the Freemans didn't like that because they did not like the term Black. Okay. And so they weren't going to get on the court with that initiative to redefine Black American. They wanted to do away with it completely, or just go by African American. Now, we don't feel that we African American. And so now you got a bunch of hoopla. Now you get a bunch of hoopla. And so now, you know, some people felt like what happened was a complete loss. And some people, they don't feel it's a loss, but they don't care necessarily. They felt like, well, we was going by Black anyway, so who cares? And they had the right to feel that. My only take with that is that it's not delineated enough for my liking, because now we all get lumped in with a bunch of with the growing melanated immigrant class that's coming from Africa and from the Caribbean. That's my only thing. But perhaps there's something that could be done about that. But nonetheless, let's go over the actual comments that Kamilah stated. So she says, OMB recent decision to exclude American descendants of slavery and American freedmen from the census is a positive step for the lineage status based reparations advocates. Now that can actually be true. The only thing that I disagree with is that American descendants of slavery was never trying to use ADOS as a political status, though, from what I'm understanding. I mean, and ADOS been around since 2017. I want to say 2018 was when they really started to get their legs, get their bearings. But ADOS wasn't trying to be a political status, but they were doing organization. They were organization in the lineage, and so I guess that could have been confusing. Maybe they should have picked one or the other. Maybe it would have been stronger for them to advocate ADOS as a political status. Maybe that would have been a better case for them. Now, we do know freedmen, they were always trying to do the political status with that. But then some of the freedmen decided to create this American freedman lineage, and then freedman was a status, and American freedman was a lineage. That created a bunch of fucking confusion. A lot of freedmen did not agree with that. I remember when that all rolled out, and they were upset. So the decision to exclude American descendants of slavery and American freedmen from the census, I don't think it's positive step for true lineage status based reparations advocates. To me, because with the census that would be going along race and ethnicity, and they claim, you can't do race-based legislation. And so had American descendants of slavery and American freemen been on the census, it would have been harder to use that as a political status. But to me, this is kind of double talk because, again, American descendants of slavery, they weren't trying to advocate as a political status for that, nor were they even trying to use that nomenclature for status-based reparations or lineage-based reparations. Lineage status-based reparations. Okay, whatever. And so that really don't take issue with too much of this first statement here, and that was by design how they even had rolled that out. Okay, so treating terms like ADOS or American freemen as a race of ethnicity rather than a political status they attempt to denote could have hindered reparations efforts, especially considering OMB's longstanding rule against race ethnic data for federal program eligibility, including federal reparations. Okay, so freedmen was denoting a political status. That's true. ADOS, I never got the notion that they were trying to denote that as a political status. Maybe Yvette Carnell did say something about it on her show, and I just don't know nothing about it, or she advocated for that in the past or something. But I've never known ADOS to try to push that as a political status. I know that they are an organization, and I know that they were trying to. There was a bunch of Black Americans. They certainly was calling themselves ADOS as a lineage. They still are doing it to this day, regardless of what you want to take from them. You have Mad Day. You don't like ADOS. They did this to you. Da da da. They're still standing. They're still around, and they are organized more than what people would like to give them credit for because they don't like them. Me, objectively speaking, objectively looking at this shit, I know for a fact that there are ADOS niggas still running around here calling themselves ADOS as a part of a lineage and not even the organizational aspect of it. And then you have those that are still pulling through with the organizational aspect of it. But I didn't ever think that they were trying to do the political status thing. Now, freedmen, on the other hand, that's obvious. Now, they're trying to use the freedmen as a political status, and this status would be able to circumvent the race-based long-standing rule against federal program eligibility. And so, I guess. But then this part is where it goes left. Additionally, refining the Black or African American category and removing Negro signifies progress in advocating for political status separate from census, race, ethnicity data. Now, you know good and hell well we was never going to use Negro as a political status. Not all that shit that's on our birth certificate. Now, when we brought that up, that hey, well, maybe Negro can lend further credence for the creation of a political status, even if you use the term freedman, then Kamilah pivots and say, well, we can't because it's not exclusive to us. But then, by that very definition, neither is this Black or African American category that they gave us by the OMB's definition. So to me, it wouldn't have mattered. Like we was just saying earlier about the logic, already broke that down. But I can make the case that, for one, the removal of Negro, we can make two cases. We make two arguments here. Two arguments, which act as like feedback loops to my point that it should have never been removed. Now, the first one is that the creation of a political status and the defining of black and African American, or even the removing of Negro, these are non sequiturs. They don't even they're not these are not things that need to even cross agendas or intersect in any type of way. These they could literally see them as two separate topics. Now, the second argument is that the Negro itself, being a part of Black or African American definition, or even just keeping it the way it was, could lend further credence for the need of the political status, whether that be freedmen or whatever else you guys are trying to fucking do with this political status stuff. The term Negro would have gave it further evidence for the need of the political status. Now that it's removed, whether that be from what Grace Ming did, from what the OMB did, and now they want to reprint all Black Americans' birth certificates that got the term Negro on it, mind you. That's some foul ass shit. Anybody that got Black American, got Negro on a birth certificate, they're going to reprint your shit and put African American on it, some shit like that. That's so wicked. Because what are you using? Then they got you lumped in. They didn't give you a separate category, Black American. They lumped you in with the melanated immigrants that just got here. What, fucking yesterday or some shit? A couple years ago. What are you using to base the political status on then? A slave trip from Africa that none of you can prove that you got off that boat. None of you can show. You don't got no documents showing that what boat you came from or what place from Africa you came from. So what is y'all basing this political status from? Obviously, it's American chattel slavery, but the term Negro is rooted in all of that history of proving American chattel slavery, of proving what we went through. The term Negro proves that. So removing it and then saying it's not exclusive. So this is why this argument, this double speak gets just fucking irks my nerves, Kamilah. In one breath, you said, "Oh, we can use it to advocate for political status separate from." Sure, VOE can use Negro to lend greater credence for political status, but they should have never removed it, though. It makes it harder. It makes it harder. But then you say, well, Negro is not exclusive to us anyways because in the 1930s some Caribbeans came up. Which one fucking is it? Because now you got to pivot because niggas catch you in shit. So let me talk about what I said. Okay, this was my response to additionally refining to her comment. Additionally, refining a Black or African American category and removing Negro signifies progress in advocating for political status separate from census, race, ethnicity data. And I said, how? I wanted to know. Please expound. And honestly, this response did sound. I threw a dig. I said this response sounds scripted. It did sound scripted. This whole thing sounds scripted. This is not how Kamilah talk. Kamilah been talking on Clubhouse for fucking 3 years and shit on Twitter. We know how she talk. This is somebody spoon feeding her what the fuck to say to the Negroes, to us. And I did say it sounded scripted. So I said removing Negro is not a refining of Black or African American definition. It's not. It's not. Either way you look at it, whether it was exclusive to us or not. Because the OMB already said Black and African American is not exclusive to us. So why the fuck would Negro being in it matter or not? Because by your words, you said it's not exclusive to us on Saturday when we asked you to follow up. But again, obviously you're going to get strong pushback against that from me and from a lot of people, because we know for a fact that in the 1930s it was 0.002%, 1% of fucking Caribbeans over here. And so the Negro is exclusive to us. They removed it as guerrilla warfare, legalese guerrilla warfare, to further ethnocide Black Americans and stab us in the motherfucking back. And it was Black Americans at the hem of it. Niggas like you in those stupid ass work group that y'all love to talk about. In the NCAAP. How does this signify progress when Negro is a term rooted in American history of proving our lineage as a distinct ethnic group and descendants of slaves? It does. The Negro is rooted in American history. It proves our lineage as a distinct ethnic group. Negro actually serves as greater evidence for the need of a political status due to the fact that it was used during slavery and our documentation, thus proving we are descendants of slaves. So why remove it from the definition of Black or African American? It is to further ethnocide. It is to further remove Black and African American from, specifically from Black Americans, because now we got to share it with a bunch of melanated immigrants, and then they remove that further exclusivity. Okay, we would take Negro out because they know good and hell well Negro has been around since the 1800s, and it's like, damn. Now they can actually go under Negro for, But my thing is, if they are doing all these things and removing it from federal law and all this stuff, how the fuck we going to use Negro as a political status? We needed it in the lineage, the definition of race and ethnicity, to further delineate and lend credence to a need for a political status. Those for those that want this political status stuff. Do I think objectively that it could be a good idea? Yes, but I don't think y'all got some real ass writers that's for the people that's pushing that shit. I don't think that y'all freedmen niggas. I don't think that a lot of y'all have know what y'all up against. I don't think that I'll say this. A lot of y'all is go along and get along niggas. Y'all pushing this status stuff, but y'all not making y'all demands, and y'all cowering and fold every time. I don't know if somebody giving y'all a bag to fold or something, but I would love to see a political status, a protected class status for Black Americans. Sure, I would. If it's going to make us get access to things quicker, money quicker, program grants, especially money, and to be a protected class status. Of course, I wouldn't argue against that. But the way y'all going about it and the way y'all chicanery and y'all two go along and get along, y'all not doing it. Y'all not fighting for this political status from the bottom up approach. Y'all doing it from top down. Y'all getting orders. Y'all be getting y'all marching orders, and then y'all try to come back to the grassroots Black American and try to act like this shit is grassroots. And then like it's some shit that y'all that and it's like, nah, that's why I keep getting so much pushback over something you really shouldn't have been. If it would have been done right, you wouldn't have got pushback on the objective need for a political status or protected class status, which I really should have been going for, which you claim we got protected class status. I'm talking about something way different than what we got on the books. And so I would say, and I would argue, but again, the OMB fucked us raw with no lube, no nothing. And they did this shit purposely. This is legalese guerrilla warfare that they pulled. Make Black and African American non-exclusive, remove Negro, which they subconsciously know is an exclusive term. It's not even they subconsciously know. They know objectively that Negro is an exclusive term to a very specific group of people. So they wanted to further removed Negro for that very specific reason, to mix you all up even further. That's why they did it. And then to say, well, it helps us with a political status, evidential wise, but then you in the same breath, Kamilah, say that it's not exclusive to Black Americans. That's that double talk. And that's why Mark Carter on Saturday, he was about to go in on your ass. He was about to go in. And a lot of people was going in because they could catch this double talk. And you a lawyer, and you already know the lawyers' reputations, the reputation of lawyers. You already know the reputation of lawyers. They don't. It's like you get caught in double speak, and it's like, why didn't you think we some logical ass niggas? Why don't y'all think that we can't dissect some bullshit when we hear it? What is wrong with y'all? It's gonna get called out. And so, Kamilah Moore, your task is, and you need to really sit and actually be very introspective and think like, what is the role that you want to play? What is the lane that you're in? And then ride that lane. And be transparent about that, so then people know where the hell you stand. Because either you doing a sister soldier act, and it's like, okay, you fighting for the voice of Black Americans from the grassroots. All right. But everything you do, or everything you try to co-sign, or everything you try to feed and placate us with is coming from the top. Or are you a fucking politician lawyer that just want to make some moves and solidify the interests of you and your group and your organization that you're affiliated with? You need to pick a lane and fucking stick with it. You do. You really need to pick a lane, because you're not going to be able to choose two masters. You're either going to be for the people and advocate for them, all of it, regardless of the little idiosyncrasies that you disagree with. You don't like Black Indigenous. You said they pretendians. You said you don't like ADOS. You don't like FBA. You don't like a person that's really going to be in a position of leadership. Got to look past all that bullshit. Got to look past all the name making, all of the little disagreements. If they want to get in the weeds on that on a low level, they get on that on a low level. But you got to stay out of that and see and study what do these people really want. What do the objective, and what's in their best interest? And they're going to tell you what's in their best interest. They already had said they wanted Black American as their identifier. The majority of Black Americans said that. So you should have been fighting for that. Where was this pit? Why was you so headstrong on African American and freedmen? Like that's the shit I'm talking about. Then why do you come and try to and smooth over bureaucratic bullshit that the government does to undermine us? So it's like, okay, are you a politician? Are you working? Do they give you your marching orders? And like people said, she's not the director. She's not the one that makes the decisions. Okay, so are you advocating for Black Americans? Or you just a go along to get along, nigga? Or you just gonna get whatever they tell you to do? You just gonna do it, and your excuses. That's the same shit Obama put. My hands was tied. I ain't have no power. I couldn't do. Them days are done. Them days are done. We not going along to get along. If they are telling you, oh, we want to do this, if you know they got some bullshit going, speak up. Or tell Black Americans, or through your actions or through your words, that you a politician ass nigga, lawyer ass nigga that got an organization, nonprofit, you trying to make your moves in the government, and you could care less what the fuck the grassroots or what the fuck the Black Americans are thinking. And then people know where the fuck you stand. But then that's the problem with you niggas, is y'all came around trying to cloak yourself in grassroots ideology, regular Black American pedagogy, and used our talking points, and then y'all got up there and then pivoted. All of these nonprofit organizations, whether it been CJAC, NASB, all y'all motherfuckers pivoted. See, we got screenshots of all of y'all saying at one point y'all didn't want the African American term. Then when it comes for legislation in California, all of a sudden y'all all agree with it, and then y'all try to come back to the grassroots and try to convince us that this term is good for us. And we like, hold up, we got screenshots I got, motherfuckers. We all collectively, regardless if you was FBA, ADOS, Freedmen, American Indian, Black Indigenous, Black American, we all said we didn't want that term. So why the fuck did y'all come back around us? And we got the screenshots of CJAC and the founders of these organizations saying they don't like the term and they don't want to be called African American. Why did y'all now come pivot back and try to come to us and wag your finger saying, hey, we need, see, African American was actually good because we need to keep that term. And hold up. This is that double ass speak that I'm talking about. Do y'all work for for fucking Satan itself? Why the fuck y'all niggas is so fuck? Who's pay? How much do y'all get paid? Because I'm like, damn, y'all. I mean, the switch up be too. It be creepy. It be creepy how y'all switch up. And it's like, who? Yeah. Then y'all can make it. Then when we start calling you out and grilling y'all asses and holding y'all feet to the fire, then y'all cronies jump out and say, "Oh, she's not the director. She's not the one that makes the law." Da, 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 da. So how is she advocating for us then? If all she can do is be a liaison and relay the message from what they do to us, what good are you there for then? Get the motherfucker that's gonna challenge them all the way to the end, and advocate and get the people loud enough and loud enough to where they are pressured into doing what we demand. We don't take orders from the motherfucking government. The government take orders from us. I don't give a shit how they try to, how many bags they give y'all niggas. They give y'all a bag or whatever. Y'all shut up and turn a blind eye to what the fuck is going on with our plight, or conflate our shit, or derail our shit from what the actual agenda was. That's what's been happening with you niggas, with you 501c3 niggas. I'm not against nobody having no nonprofit and finding a way to get some money from the government as a Black American. Hell no, I'm not against that. But don't try to act like you speak for 50 million of us. You advocating for all 50 million of us. No, you focus on your motherfucking interests and your agenda, and don't bring that shit over to us. Just like y'all got this obsession with this contract, the freedoms with the contract stuff y'all want to get involved with the government. That's not our motherfucking reparations. If y'all want to get into that and advocate for more contracts for freedmen, Black Americans that want to go under that, and y'all got a little organization and a nonprofit or a high society, a secret society, y'all do that shit. But don't try to harness the energy of 50 million niggas that ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't gonna get no real big benefit from that. We see how y'all move. I've been really watching how y'all move. And that's why y'all try to do the discrediting campaign and assassination attempts and all this shit. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about higher, way above that. Because they already know that girl watches everything this government do. She can catch shit. She catch things too keenly, so I keep fucking up y'all plans. And it's not just me. Because the thing is, this little shit has been infiltrated. Now we do got there literally are bootlicks in this reparation space. There are niggas that are government operatives that are going to sell you out in this reparation space. But what they was trying to make it seem is like, oh, it's the black immigrants that's gonna sell you out. It's NCAAP, it's Blue Lay, it's D9, it's the Eastern Star. They're the boogeyman. They're Black Congressional Caucus. They're the boogeyman. They're the boogeyman. And all of us, but it's niggas amongst us that's right in our motherfucking face that's also selling us out. Clear as day. And so I called it out. And not just me, but many other Black Americans have called it out. We can see it now. We can see it. We could see what the fuck is going on. And so y'all got to pick a lane and stay in y'all motherfucking lane. If there is a interest group, just say, let's hear me out. If the Freedmans are a lineage-based interest group that is advocating for status, I don't even think they should be going that route with this status shit. I think that the way y'all have moved for the last couple of years, it is very clear that y'all are a lineage-based interest group, possibly that have your tentacles into lobbying and have your tentacles even into a high society, possibly even, y'all need to ride that lane. Y'all need to stop acting like y'all speak for 50 billion people or that y'all even give a fuck about all 50 million of us. That's my thing. Ride your shit. Get your shit off and start your 501(c)(3), your Freedman 501(c)(3)s and all this shit. And y'all little advocacies that y'all want to do and rock it with that. But to try to conflate that with the 50 million of that, we don't rock with none of this shit y'all be talking about. And it's like, why are y'all trying to, it makes it seem like it's some sort of psyop, it's some sort of government shit involved with this. That they done sent y'all all among us to try to get us all into funneled into some bullshit with the government. And it's like, my thing is, if y'all want to be a self-interest group that's lineage based called Freedmen, and y'all advocate for one another that's under the Freedmen banner, and y'all it's like a secret society or a high society that y'all done started, and y'all got each other's interests, and y'all want more government contracts from the government. Y'all want to seek some things along the lines of being of status. Y'all want to seek the things of some programs for y'all or whatever. Then do that. I think y'all have every right to do that. I just think it's weird when y'all come amongst regular ass grassroots niggas that don't know nothing, what the fuck y'all talking about, and then try to lump us all into it or try to get us to support y'all shit or to go along with y'all stuff and try to make it. Don't try to put me in that shit or the regular Black Americans, and then come up with all this. We descendants of Freedmans. We all Freedmans and all this stuff. Not all of us got Freedman paperwork. And all of it is, and even if y'all saying it don't matter, we all Freedmen anyways. No, it don't work that way. That shit don't work that way. Not if you got a bunch of Black Americans saying they want to be called Black American. You can't just reclassify 50 million people. The fuck? Now, but if y'all want to reclassify yourselves and y'all have the right to self-identify, y'all want to go as a group, as a couple hundred of y'all, even a couple thousand of y'all. A couple thousand of y'all throughout all 50 states, and y'all got network, and y'all got a high society. Keep it real and just run it like that. Just be a lineage based interest group where y'all advocate for those that roll with the Freedmen, because y'all have an ideology. It's an ideology behind Freedmen, and not every Black American agrees with that ideology. Not every Black American even cares to call themselves Freedmen. So it doesn't make sense to try to make this a whole lineage thing. It's a lineage self-interest group. That's how I see the Freedmen now. It's very clear because of the way y'all skimmed over. Y'all know we didn't want to be called African American. What did y'all do? Advocate for us to be called African American. Y'all know we didn't want Negro removed. What did y'all do? Try to make it seem like removing Negro was a good thing. Y'all always follow marching orders from the fucking government. Y'all, a lot of y'all government operatives. Y'all follow marching orders from the government, then come to grassroots and try to make it seem like what y'all did was actually a win. And we not stupid. We know they ain't no motherfucking win. We know what happened in the California reparations was no motherfucking win for us. They ain't mentioned nothing about no direct cash payment. They didn't mention nothing. They didn't mention nothing that was really going to be a benefit for us, or even the Black Americans in California. They got to go through all the red tape to get some type of benefit. And it's tiers. So you got to pass the certain level, tier 1, tier 2, tier all this shit. Come on now. We saw that. We saw what happened with OMB. We saw what happened with the African American delineations legislation that y'all pulled in California. We saw that shit. That don't benefit all 50 million of us. That's against our wishes. Then y'all try to come and smooth it over and try to shut us up. Y'all try to shut me up. Y'all try to shut niggas like us up because y'all scared that we see what y'all doing, and y'all don't want y'all pretty much are there to replace the Black Congressional Caucus, but y'all want to cloak yourself as the grassroots, and y'all not. Y'all either some fucking secret society niggas or some government fucking operatives at the highest levels. I don't think every freeman is a government operative. Let me be very clear. I do think that there are people that just like the ideology and they like the wave. They just like the freeman wave. It's as simple as that. That's what they call themselves, freemen. But I know for a fact that the highest levels of that shit, oh, that's some bureaucratic. It's deeper. It's deeper, and that's why y'all try to play like on my top, like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and everything I'm saying is always going to come to pass. I'm a priestess first before anything. I got into this space for very righteous reasons. I wasn't thinking about what's this or what I thought it was interesting as far as the Freedmen stuff when it first came out, the idea of political status. I thought the reparations, the whole thing, it was fascinating to me. Of course, anybody that's like, wow, like anybody that when I was talking about the reparations in 2019 and stuff, I did not have all the, I didn't know nothing about Darity and all this stuff. So it was interest to me at the time. Things evolve, your ideology shifts and change and whatnot. You disagree with certain aspects of what's going on and how it evolves. And so here we are in 2024, unfortunately, talking about some shit that should have been hashed out years ago. But no, niggas love to fight. Black people, I mean, niggas love to fight. They want to be, what do they say? Everybody want to be a chief, not another Indian. Mm-hmm. And so, everybody wanted their own spot at the table. It has to be FBA. It has to be Freedmen. It has to be ADOS on the legislature at the OMB. We all need to call up and say all these different things, and we sounded a fucking hot ass mess. But then the Black Americans were like, no, like we said we wanted to be called Black American, and so that's what that's what it should have been. And so when it comes to this Negro stuff, the removal of it, from the removal of Negro from Black and African American definition, it's an erasure, proven of the history that we have been here. Now they want to reprint the Black American certificates to remove the term Negro. And so again, like I said, right here, this is legalese guerrilla warfare. Because what the fuck are you basing the need for a political status on? Because guess what? You're a freedman. You're freed from a slave. The fuck do you need a political status for? You're an actual citizen. You have the 14th Amendment. You have all the rights to it. You guys are by law calling yourself freeman. You're a freeman. You're literally a free motherfucker. So what you need a political status for if you motherfucking free? What are you basing it on? If you remove Negro. If you remove Negro. Or if you say, Kamilah, that Negro is not exclusive to Black Americans, you should be, what are you doing? If the history of the Negro is removed, even if it's removed from the definition of Black American or African American, What are you basing it on? If I was this government and y'all came and you done sold your people out, not you, but these think tanks and lobbyists and nonprofit organizations, y'all done aligned with this government to tell them to remove Negro from legislation, to remove Negro from the definition of Black and African American, which actually shows y'all that that the history of the Negro in slavery, the Negro of history in Jim Crow, the Negro in on birth certificates, the Negro that dealt with the war on drugs and all this stuff, and everything that we have dealt with, the Negro in medical apartheid, the Negro in fucked up economics and benign neglect. We can prove that. If y'all sit up there and remove all that and then change all the birth certificates and then make Black and African American exclusive to all the fucking immigrants, what the fuck are you basing your political status on? Just by the definition of freedmen, those who are free from fucking slavery. Bitch, you free from slavery. If I was the government, I was up. Bitch, you free from slavery. What the fuck you need a political status for? You told us to remove Negro. Now your grassroots Black Americans didn't say remove Negro, but you bootleg ass, bootlick ass, Masonic ass niggas, y'all told us to remove Negro. We paid you off to go and to advocate for it to be removed. So what the fuck y'all coming around talking about y'all need a political status? I'm just saying, if I was the government, that's how I would treat y'all weirdo ass niggas. Because y'all not thinking. Y'all wanted me out the paint so bad because y'all felt threatened, jealous, and whatnot because of my intellect, because of my of even my spiritual gifts. Y'all wanted me out the paint, but y'all shit is fucked up and y'all can't even see it. So either you're in on it, you're in on a play and you know it's fucked up and you're just going along to get along and you just playing around with the government and you just getting your bag, or you really just not thinking shit through. Which one is it? Which one is it? You don't. Negro is now removed. How the fuck is y'all? How is that going to be further progress for a political status? And you running around here, Kamilah, talking about it's not exclusive to Black Americans because of some Caribbeans in the 1930s. But then y'all want to go under the freedman political status. Why you need political status for a protected class status and your asses is free? Maybe it would have been smarter for Negro to be a political status. Perhaps. But y'all niggas can't run around talking about and run around saying it's not exclusive to Black Americans. You need to be slapped for that. You're going to have to pick what side of the lane you're on. Maybe Negro is a better term to be under political status. Because it's on all the, why they want to, see, that's why they want to reprint all the fucking birth certificates. Wake your asses up. This is why they want to reprint all the birth certificates. They know. These people know what they doing, man. Because they saw that the Negro Republic was about to hurry up and try to see, they saw it was a bunch of small, we talking about counterintelligence. Just all they do is watch what the fuck we doing. They watching me now. They watching this shit now. That's all they do is watch what the fuck we doing. And they saw the Negro Republic and the Negro group coming up, looking through all the documents and talking about, hey, man, shit, we might use this as political. Remove that shit from the birth certificates now. Remove it from the definition of Black and African American now. Oh no, y'all niggas ain't about to whammy bam the government. This is how they think. They think in terms of warfare. And they say, they done found a loophole. That Negro shit could have been a loophole. It might have been a smarter term to use as political status because that ties you to American chattel slavery. Negro ties you to American chattel slavery. Freedman just merely states that you were freed from slavery. So if you free from slavery, nigga, you got all rights to this government. So what the fuck you need a political status for? But you ain't getting no protected class status. Then in the same breath, you claim you want to be a separate group from the indigenous freedmen. Y'all not claiming indigenous tribal freedmen affiliation. Maybe that would have been smarter if y'all did, because it would have been like, okay, yeah, y'all do need protected status. Y'all do need political status because y'all falling under the indigenous framework. So what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all talking about y'all freedmen from the transatlantic slave trade, some African shit. Come on, it's a mess. So either y'all niggas know it's a mess, or the people that y'all got really making these moves ain't really thinking too hard. And that's why y'all niggas, that's why you niggas like naive. That's why y'all saw me coming and they said, oh shit, this bitch, oh hell no, she gonna get us. We will never win a debate with her. We will never, this bitch will call out every little idiosyncrasy, illogical fallacy, every fella see that this girl that we ever make, she gonna call it out. She gonna see it. So we gotta get her out the paint and blacklist her or whatever we gonna do. Block her so that she can't ever see. So she will never be able to really fully see what we got going on because she gonna go back and run and tell the Black Americans what the fuck we doing. She gonna go back and tell the Black Americans that a lot of the shit that we doing don't even make no goddamn sense. And then people gonna start to question us. It is what it is. It is what it is. I already told y'all niggas. Y'all talking about you Black Americans. I'm not talking to 50 million, but I'm not talking to the lineage of Black Americans. I'm talking to those that got access to the lobbying and the legislation, the government, these nonprofits. I'm talking to you Black Americans. It's a small group of y'all. Y'all running around talking about y'all want to take over the government. Y'all want to take over both sides of the government, conservative and Republican, Democrat. We're going to get on both sides and we're going to take over the government and from the local level, the state level, the federal level. We're going to get in there. Great idea, right? I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I would like Black Americans to have some say in a fucking government. Sure, it would. But y'all are not the niggas. Y'all get along to y'all go along to get along niggas are not the ones that need to be even talking like that. Because all y'all do, y'all pretty much is just puppets. What kind of takeover y'all trying to do? What are y'all even there for doing? What are y'all doing? That's actually advocating on the behalf of Black Americans. We don't see the fight. We see y'all literally on par. That's why people be calling y'all baby. What is it? Baby in Cobra, baby in double CAP, and on that. Like what did y'all just want to get in there and get y'all bag and advocate and do the footwork, be the foot soldiers or whatever this government it says and does, and then we really don't get no shake in it. They tell y'all they ain't giving us no cash payment. Y'all don't speak up and say, well, we want the cash payment. Y'all just say, they said we can't have cash payment and we got to have what the fuck are you there for? How is that taking over the government for the Black Americans? How is that taking over both sides? You go and meet with Trump. You go and do this. You go sit with Biden or whatever. Y'all don't advocate for reparations. Y'all don't even bring it up. You don't bring up the anti-hate crime bill. You don't bring up, what the fuck are you there for? What are you there for then? What are you sitting up there for? And why are you trying to act like you about that life? Why are you acting like you're grassroots? Why are you acting like you wanted to take over the government? Y'all kill me with that. I heard that on Saturday. I literally heard Black Americans, Freemans, we want to take over the government. We want to take. Yeah, I like that idea, but y'all niggas y'all not about that life. You need spiritual power to do that shit. You need power from on high to think you about to take over anything. The same way that you see the same way Trump won in 2016 and didn't nobody think to see that shit coming? Do you know the power, the energy that was behind that? You got to think in multi-dimensions. Y'all love to play me. She's about interdimensionality. Like how they talking about some interdimensions. She's talking about interdimensional beings. That ain't what we on. That ain't what we on. Y'all niggas is 500 years behind. Not my motherfucking ass. I could bring forth NSA, CIA contractors that literally admitted recently that interdimensional travel is real. That interdimensionality is real. That what else? They was all on Twitter Spaces talking about all this shit. NSA and CIA contractors. Shit I said in 2022 about these dimensions in the CIA. They come out and finally admitted 2 years later. I saw that stuff spiritually. This was me not even being close to it. I literally just saw it spiritually through quantum entanglement. Then the CIA admits that quantum entanglement is real. Then they admit that remote viewing is real. Then they admit that astral travel is real through the Gateway Process Project. The Department of Defense carried that out. All this shit that I saw in 2022, that I know that's how the government, this is how the government get down. This is some heavy ass shit. And I'm trying to tell my people, you can't fight this shit off that little low level shit y'all doing. Y'all think have a rally and have to hand some flyers out and start a nonprofit and write some legislation. Y'all ain't taking over no government with that. Hell no, you not. You got to have power from on high. Let's study how Trump got in the office. Y'all think he just got in there from, he riled up the middle class, and they had propaganda and all types of shit. They had funds as well. But I mean, he put his clues out there. He walking around with a replica, I want to be very clear, replica of the Ark of the Covenant in his damn Mar-a-Lago home. His uncle had specific access to Nikola Tesla's work of 369, all things is energy, you understand energy, you open up the secrets of the universe. This paperwork from MIT, his uncle is a professor at MIT. All the paperwork, Trump has that information. He's the heir to it. He has those paperwork, He has a replica of the Ark of the Covenant. You think he ain't contact the motherfuckers that's really gatekeeping the real Ark of the Covenant for prayer, or for some sort of if it's not prayer, intercession? You think he didn't call or get in touch with the niggas that, because it's black people that guard the real Ark of the Covenant, by the way, just if you guys didn't know that. You think they don't know that secret society that runs that around that? You think he was able to get in contact, say, hey, can you do intercession for me? Can you help me get in the office? And he probably did get called the real deal. Make up now, even through a call, whatever, and find a way to get that intercession. And they probably told him, you got a clearance to make you a replica, and we did our intercession. You make you a replica, you put it in your house, and come on. And then he had. I mean, I'm telling you, Trump was not supposed to win that 2016 election. Y'all do know that, right? It was cold. It was a cold move. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying it was cold as fuck. It was cold. I mean, you had the whole electoral college. They was able to. It was smooth too. Nobody saw it coming. But y'all niggas talking about y'all want to overtake the government. But y'all. How are we going to do that? Are you guys going to join the Libertarian Party and take over the Libertarian Party? It's open, how do you guys expect how to do that? DNC is a behemoth. I don't know, man. To vote means to bow. This shit is deeper. This shit is deeper than anything you can ever think of. This is why they don't like me talking. This is why they shadow ban on my shit. This is why they have their government operatives try to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy and all this shit. Nah, man, this shit is deeper than what you would ever think of. You ain't about to get up and take over no motherfucking government with y'all type niggas, with you nonprofit ass niggas that just go along and get along and don't challenge nothing for the actual. You don't even have the power of the grassroots behind you. You don't, let alone the watchers within the Black American society. There's earth angels on this planet. Let's get spiritual real quick. There are watchers on this planet that the government answers to. Let's be real. I don't care what they tell you. Y'all know about the shadow government. You got to get through that before you think you're going to take over a fucking government. I'm with the shits. But y'all not about to play in my face and act like y'all ready when I know y'all not. Y'all know what's a shadow government. Nobody has to tell you that. We getting too deep. But yes, there are watchers. Just like the CIA just admitted they're interdimensional beings and that quantum entanglement is real. Yeah, you gotta deal with that. You gotta go through that. Just like most of your politicians are occultists. This is real shit. This is you have to get through that in order to take over anything. You got to get your energy right. So y'all not about to come to my people and come to me and tell me that we're gonna take over the government. You're gonna infiltrate Republican, infiltrate Democrat, and I'm hearing and I'm looking like, and y'all can't even get something as simple as the OMB right and the shit in California right. Nah, they ain't taking over no shit. Nah. And then you say, oh well, you get up and do something. Them motherfuckers blocked me out of the space. Okay, they did. There was plenty of motherfuckers that said, "Oh, I'm gonna teach you how to write legislation. I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna help you do this. I'm gonna help you." And they realized like she's not controllable. She's not predictable, and she's not controllable, and she's gonna push back every step of the way if it's not right for Black Americans. If it's not right, and they peeped that and said, "No, Can't bring her too close because she really one of them niggas that she really a grassroots nigga. That's why. If you wondering, if you wondering, and so yeah, I'm gonna run this from a different dimension and still get the shit that I want to get off. It's still gonna get done. It's still gonna get done because you gotta have the spiritual power from on high when you start talking the way y'all motherfuckers is talking. Y'all want to get in the White House. You want to get in the Senate. You want to get in the Congress. You want to get in the local. You want to take over the local principalities and your local. Okay. So why, when we try to come up with certain things, y'all go into these weirdo ass think tanks, but then y'all do nothing ever for the grassroots Black Americans, the average 50 million of us. None of the policies, none of the things that y'all have advocated for actually benefit us. In fact, it has damaged us. Removal of Negro have damaged us. This African American term in California California legislation has damaged us. The reparations outcome with no cash payment has damaged us. Shit, I'd rather go with a nigga that tell me I don't give a fuck about you to my motherfucking face than to go with people that would try to smile in my face and act like they do care. I'd rather them the black congressional caucus. At least you know the snake they is. You know that you ain't getting shit with them. They claim they trying to do something with some wealth policy with Black. We'll see. But at least you know you ain't gonna get shit with certain. You know what I mean? It's like but it hurts more and it's more fucked up when it's people that try to talk like you and walk like you and come amongst you and say we about to do this. We getting reparations, and they pivot and talk about. They talking about some other shit, some land. They talking about some other shit. They pivot and talk about the programs are the reparations. They pivot. What else they say? The contracts are reparations. Like hold up. What? You remove Negro. It's a good thing though, because we can use it as a political status. But then the same breath say that Negro is not exclusive to Black Americans. So which one is it? Then you're going to use freedom as a political status. But then you don't have no evidence to back up your need for it because you guys are hurrying up removing Negro from birth certificates, removing Negro from federal legislation, removing Negro from the definition of Black and African American. What the fuck are y'all doing? And it's all done by design. And then I'm telling y'all, they doing this shit on purpose and then hoping that the average Black American is an idiot and don't follow what they saying. You had so much spiritual power back in this shit at one point. 2021, 2022. It was, you wouldn't believe. Y'all literally had earth angels among y'all pushing the hell out of this shit. But y'all got greedy and you sold out too motherfucking early. You don't know what plans God had for us to actually take on the mantle to redo a lot of this shit that we have been going through. And all of a sudden, everybody want to get on a summit or do this and do that. Man, y'all niggas ain't taking over no motherfucking government with y'all sinister ass, Baphomet ass niggas, oath taking ass niggas. Y'all part of the system. Y'all are there to feed the system. Y'all just know that y'all got a bunch of restless ass niggas like me that want to see change. And y'all know that y'all got earth angels and watchers amongst the Black American lineage now. That then came out in full force and then announced themselves throughout all of humanity, by the way. But Black Americans actually have the sauce. I mean, I don't think y'all really get what the hell's happening here. Y'all talk about y'all want to take over the government. You better have some interdimensional power. You better be able to you gotta have some. I mean, come on. The Black Americans got it. Y'all niggas don't know. The ones that's in these nonprofits and selling us out and finagling and double talking and double speaking and acting like they about that, like y'all niggas don't got no spiritual power. Y'all don't. Y'all lost it. It was given back to who the rightful people was, which is grassroots Black Americans. You're not about to harness their spiritual power to try to get you to a next level from some self-interest shit and then lead them all out. No, the God don't work that way. Spirit don't work that way. Hell no. Your niggas is out of order. So it went back. That's why everything y'all do keep falling flat on his face because y'all not really advocating for no Black Americans. Y'all advocating for yourself. And my thing is, say that. Say that. Do what you do. And then leave us to figure it out on our own. We'll figure it out. We'll organize, we'll advocate, we'll do all types of stuff. I come up with enterprise architecture blueprint for Black Americans, for dealing with economics, intentional community building, all types of shit for Black Americans. I come up with the decentralized autonomous organization rebuilding. We talk about combining that with AI for our education system alone, just for Black Americans' education system alone. Okay? We come up with things. We'll figure it out. But we don't need a bunch of weirdo ass, bureaucratic ass niggas around fucking up the energy. Now y'all want to act like y'all want to set up an intentional community. I wrote a whole book about a year ago, giving a whole blueprint of how that looked. It don't matter, you know, my experience level or not. I am not the average. You guys know that. If ain't one thing y'all know I'm not the average nigga running around here. I'm a watcher. So things come to me from on high. So any blueprint that I can is going to help Black Americans. Anything that come out of my mind, that's out of my, literally just out of my mind through thought consciousness, through my heka, and it's a blueprint, is going to help Black Americans automatically, because it's coming from the mind of a God, of a watcher. I'm just the vessel through which God's going to pour that information to give to my people. That's what I mean. And so that's another thing y'all niggas do. Y'all steal people's ideas and intellectual property and content. And y'all been doing that shit since 2021. I mean, I can't even begin to talk about how many motherfucking ideas y'all niggas done stole from me. Documented. And I never put niggas on blast, really, how I could. Like, I got a whole file. I mean, timestamps and all. Y'all niggas don't, y'all test my thoroughness if y'all want to. Test my thoroughness if y'all want to. And I want to say this. Dawn Page, you better not ever in your natural born life try to play on my top and try to discredit my character is crazy. Ever. Ever. Because I caught your little dig on Saturday. Oh, she's so brilliant, it drives her crazy. And you know, like, y'all know motherfucking well, I'm not, come on, like, don't try to play on my top. Don't try to play on my top. I got 1 foot on this planet and then 1 foot in the spiritual realm. I'm a priestess. It's not my fault I can see shit interdimensionally. Everything I have said has come to pass. And more will come to pass. And I'm not trying to disrespect my elders. Dawn. But you know. Like, don't try to hurry up and try to smooth over because y'all know I know deeper shit. I didn't put nobody on blast. And I don't have any intentions on doing it. But don't fuck with me. Don't try to play me. Don't try to grab me into some bullshit and y'all little whatever shit y'all got going on. But no, I'm very fucking logically coherent. You get your best admiral from the military, your best scholar, white or black. You get your best whoever, and they cannot outthink me just through analytics alone. I just happen to be spiritually inclined. So I can see stuff. I can see stuff before it happens. And I'm a prophet. So I can see bullshit, and I can see things interdimensionally. So I can see how this government is ran, and I can see who's doing what. So don't get scared, because I can see shit, and then try to say, she's crazy because you're scared of what I'm gonna say, or you scared of what I know. I know a lot. And I ain't put people, I ain't even say the most of what I know. I gave y'all a lot of game over the years. You should have been studying it. Told y'all that the CIA is ran interdimensionally. I wasn't the first one to tell y'all that. It's the white boys been trying to tell y'all shit y'all that. We just trying to get the Black Americans pulled up to power. This is how this shit really is ran. How the government is really ran. You play all these got these people thinking they about to go and they vote matters and all this shit. No, I'm not about to lie to you. I'm a watcher. I don't have to lie to you. And we know that there's a different types of watchers. There's watchers from the underworld and watchers from the other side, from heaven. It is what it is. Y'all don't have to believe it. I don't give a shit. Okay, but we know good and hell well that nothing is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. I will never forget. Then Mark VC told me, believe. What is that? What is that term they say? Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. He told me that in 2021 when he tried to wake me up into what all this shit was about. I never forgot that. He said, believe half of it. And he said, when it comes to this reparation shit, he said, when it comes to this space and these people surrounding you, y'all niggas came to me. I wasn't checking for you. I was just a nigga on Clubhouse talking about Black American shit, Black American history, Black American culture, Black American reparations. That's what I came to do. And to scalp some damn Black immigrants that were disrespecting Black Americans. I ain't gonna hold you. I was participating in a diaspora wars. Yes, I was. And I don't necessarily agree with everything that I did and said years later, but that's where my mind was at that moment. And so that's y'all niggas came to me. Y'all niggas was all up in my face. I got the sauce. Y'all niggas come and try to steal ideas and try to see what the fuck I'm not checking for y'all motherfuckers. But y'all not about to play on my top and try to steal motherfucking ideas and then try to discredit and say, oh, she's crazy. Nah, y'all niggas is getting exposed. I don't give a fuck who it is. Don't fuck with me though. My thing is y'all do what y'all gonna do. Y'all run y'all little secret society. How y'all gonna do it? Don't come over. Don't bring that shit over me over here. I focus on my own divinity. I don't got time to be focusing on what another nigga is doing and what other people are doing. Y'all niggas do that with each other in that reparations space. Comparing and trying to harness people energy or whatever the shit y'all weirdo ass shit y'all be trying to do. I don't have time for that. I said I wanted to do some things for my people. I wanted to help my people. I wanted to teach my people. I wanted to, get us caught up. That was my only intention. And I wanted my people to support me. And I wanted my people to love me. That's other intentions as well. I don't hide that. Yes, I want my people to support me. Yes, I want my people to love me. What's wrong with that? But I also know if they're going to put their energy into me, I have to put my energy into them. I have to have their best interest in heart. I have to work for them, and then they are going to compensate me for working on their behalf, for speaking for them. They tell me what they say they want. Okay, we go and do it. I don't care what the consequences is. That's the difference between this is what y'all niggas need to do. Kamilah Moore, this is what you need to be doing. They can tell you it don't matter the consequences. You want to play the sister soldier role, you want to play that you advocating for Black Americans, you better play that motherfucking role. Or you better stick to your lane. You better tell these niggas that you a politician and you a lawyer and you ready to go do whatever the government tell you to do. Keep it real with the people. But if you going to advocate for Black Americans, you're going to advocate for them. You advocate to them for the end, no matter the consequences. You don't put on a martyr jacket and then you a fucking politician working for the government operative, but then you want to put on a grassroots activist jacket or a martyr jacket or a revolutionary jacket. You got to pick your motherfucking lane. It's all gonna get. What do y'all think 10 years from now? It's gonna get exposed. People are gonna see it. What do y'all think is gonna happen? 10, 15, 20 years from now. Just like how everybody pissed off at Al Sharpton. They don't give a fuck about his legacy and how his legacy gonna go to shit. And how Jesse Jackson, everybody looking at him sideways. That's the same thing that's gonna happen to you, Kamilah Moore, if you don't pick your lane early on. Because it hurts more if you are coming off as this sister soldier, and then you every time we get your ass, I'm not the director. I can't make the moves. I can't say nothing. I can't do. And then every time you come as a mouthpiece with these scripted ass responses that somebody done spoon fed you to say, and we dissected the shreds and realized it's some double talk. It's some double talk. So you got to pick your lane. I'm not trying to beat up on Kamilah Moore. I've seen how the Indian really that's mad because you was running around on burners, the Pan-African feminist burner that you blocked me on, and the Diamond, the Builder Refuse burner that you were on, running around calling Black Americans pretendians and talking shit. That's why they talk all that shit to you on Saturday, and Lou Fax didn't know what the hell is going on. He like, why y'all coming at her? No, this shit been brewing for 3 years. You talk shit too. Just like he was talking shit to Mark Carter. He couldn't even get a word in edgewise. You sit there talking all types. You called him a fucking coon. You called him all types of crazy shit. You said he's a Trump's little African American Negro and all this stuff. So you were talking your shit too. We know you talk shit, so you can take it. Pick your lane, honey. You better pick your lane. If you're a politician, if you want in with this system, you want in, and you're gonna do as you told, and you really gonna follow your orders that they tell you to do. Let the people motherfucking know that, but don't try to come to us and act like you know, about to really advocate for us. Don't do that, because you're gonna get called out. All these grassroots Black Americans, they gonna call your ass out. They is female, male, dark skin, light skin. They gonna call your motherfucking ass out. They gonna see it. They gonna see the double talk. They gonna see it. And even the people that start to defend you, they be gonna be looking at sideways too. Like, you can't see this motherfucking double talk. I understand if y'all got y'all little crew, everybody got a crew. Everybody got a crew that you got to be loyal to, and you got to defend, even if you know that they on some bullshit. I understand it. I wrote solo dolo for that reason, because I do believe in being loyal and whatnot to the people I rock with, but I also believe in righteous causes. I believe in righteousness and doing things right the first time, so you ain't gotta fucking do it again. And so I wouldn't even align myself with somebody I knew was doing some backbiting, double speak ass shit. I wouldn't even align myself so that I would be a friend with that person, so then I don't have to defend them when they keep fucking up. Nah, that's how I roll. If I was to start a self-interest group for Black Americans, I would let it be known it's Black American only, but it's a self-interest group for A, B, C, D. And this is how we roll. If you want to join, you join. If not, you start your own shit. That's what the freedmen should be doing. They should be letting them know this is how we roll. We do lobbying, we do political advocacy, we do training for Black Americans to get into contracts, whatever, help Black businesses to get more government contracts. We are the freedmen self-interest group. We do require that you be someone in this country from the whatever y'all say, 1870, whatever. And this is the group that we have. It's a self-interest Black lineage-based group. That's how I see the freedmen. That's how y'all should have been marketing that shit, and you probably would have had double the amount of members that you got now. Triple, probably. Because you're transparent and you honest about what you're doing. But no, y'all wanted to come around all 50 million. Oh, we all gotta call ourselves freedmen. We all gotta act like we get cash payment reparations. Oh, come on now. No, I think y'all believe y'all spot up with that. Y'all still got a chance to actually market it as a self-interest lineage-based group that y'all want agencies for, and but again, y'all want that agency for y'all motherfucking self. Just like how they got a bunch of government-based agencies for LGBT and Latino, all types of shit they got. Do what y'all said y'all gonna do. But my thing is, don't try to act like y'all trying to do something for all 50 million of us if y'all not. I don't give a shit about the Black Americans that know that they indigenous or whatever. Y'all caused all that fucking division. I was always one that never cared what y'all niggas called yourself. Never cared. So this is where we're at. But y'all not about to play on our top. Like I said, y'all remove this Negro out of the definition of Black and African American. So what is y'all basing the political status on? Are y'all gonna switch and make Negro the political status? But then you niggas can't go around saying that it's not exclusive to Black Americans. You gotta root that in American chattel slavery. If you go with the freedmen political status, what are you using for your credence? What evidence are you using for your credence if they're going to remove Negro then? Oh, American slavery. If I was the government, I would be like, bitch, you free. It said, what does a freeman mean? You was released from a condition of slavery. You an American citizen? You were released from a condition of slavery. That's literally the textbook definition of freeman as per even what Naeem would use. So you don't need no political status. You're a full-blown citizen. Get your ass out there like the rest of the citizens. But we have races. We don't have no race-based policy. Get the fuck out of here. Can't do race-based legislation. They locked you. I mean, it's guerrilla warfare. It's stick and move, stick and move, stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. You don't stick and move. You better really stick and move. If you really gonna think you talking about you taking over the government, you really better have some niggas on. But no, y'all niggas got ego. Your niggas get jealous. You niggas, you want to steal people's ideas, steal people's intellectual property, act like take other people's sauce. You let it run with the sauce. Nah, y'all, think God gonna bless it. Think God behind it. Shit, I'm a prophet. I know exactly what's gonna happen with this shit. Told y'all had watchers among y'all. Y'all had watchers. Y'all still got watchers among y'all. But y'all not about to sit up here and play around with Black American shit, man. Y'all not. On our topping and act like y'all are fucking grassroots and shit. No. And so, this other idiot, I'm gonna get on her ass. And again, Kamilah, I think that you in over your head a bit. Because I don't think you're an idiot, for one. I want to say that. I think that you're in over your head fucking with this government. I think you kind of know that. I think you kind of like, whoa, what the hell? You bit off a little more than you can chew. I don't know. You probably got handlers, people that try to feed you, information or whatever. And who knows how this all works. But you're gonna have to really do some real meditation on what lane you're gonna fit in and sit in, what you're gonna stand on, what you're gonna ride on, and what role do you want to play, and even in your own little IPU as the Kamilah Moore narrative, the Kamilah Moore brand. You're going to have to think about what that's going to look like. Are you a martyr? Are you a revolutionary? Are you a soldier? Are you a politician? Are you a lawyer? Are you a researcher? You got to pick that and you got to carve out from that point your own narrative, your own agenda. Just as a human. But then you got to stick to it and it got to be real and authentic. Whatever you stick to, whatever lane you in, you got to ride that lane. We all pick a lane. It's a part of the creation of our own reality, as being a creator of our own reality. And so that would be my advice to you. And you can't serve two masters. You're going to have to pick. Y'all, it's getting down to the bottom. And another thing is, political ass niggas that want to do the politics and all that stuff, and y'all better realize how spiritual this is. This is very much spiritual warfare. The government is ran interdimensionally. Y'all can laugh at that all you want. I have been there. I have seen shit that y'all, that's why they love to try to make it seem like I'm crazy. Because y'all don't want me to really start talking about the shit I know. And this government did try to break me. The United States government. Mm-hmm. They let out. But this government is ran interdimensionally. You can't sit up there and play these games with these people talking about you're going to take over the government. We're going to take over the DNC and state. And oh, man, that's a fucking joke. Who really run this system eyes. It's fucking, you joking around. I would tell you this. Interdimensionally, of course, every facet of the U.S. government has been infiltrated interdimensionally. You take what you will. Military, CIA, NSA, on every level. It has been infiltrated interdimensionally. Watch what the hell is going on. Wake up. Look at all around. Look around you. Look at what's happening. There's a full-blown spiritual war out here with these secret societies. Full-blown secret society war. Bloodline war. Happening right over the heads of the American people. A lot of the American people are smart enough to know what the hell is going on, including the Black American. A lot of Black Americans, they just hush mode. They're like, oh shit, Kylie talk way too much for my motherfucking ass. Now she's still walking around, bopping around. Mm-hmm. Why is Kylie J.N.S saying all this stuff? She can say all these things. They just gonna kill her. They ain't about to kill shit. They know exactly who I am. They know exactly who I am, this government. And so ain't shit gonna happen. And if shit do happen, watch the ramifications of when it do happen to me and watch what happens to this planet and to this country. Okay? Like I said, interdimensionally, everything has been infiltrated. For the betterment of humanity, though, we're going into a new day. We're going into a new dawn. We're going into a new age. We ain't got time for none of this bullshit. Play, play, play. Y'all play, play. That's how y'all niggas are to niggas like me. Y'all for play, play. Y'all playing around. Get the fuck out of the way. And stop trying to wear other people's energy. Just like in Game of Thrones. This is what my master teacher used to always say to me. Not to me, but she used to say this to the young black women when she was teaching. Because, the black women, they let it, the young black girls used to always love to, you know, be rowdy and act like they know everything. And she used to say to the young maidens, she used to say, this quote off of the Game of Thrones. Actually, I'm gonna look it up because I want to say it verbatim how she used to say it. I gotta look it up. I want to say it verbatim. Game of Thrones. Let the grown women speak. The grown women speak. That quote. Okay, so this was the scene, the Dorne scene. From the Game of Thrones. And she used to, and my master teacher used to say, sit the fuck down and let the grown women speak. That's how she used to say. If you watch that scene, it's hilarious. I wish I could play it, but I'm not gonna play it, obviously for copyright reasons. But that's how we feel about y'all niggas playing around. That's how the watchers feel about y'all, the ancient ones. That's how we feel about y'all coming around Black American spaces, playing around, stealing ideas, stealing intellectual property, jealousies, blocking people because you scary, blacklisting people and all this shit. That's what y'all niggas do. That's what y'all niggas do. And y'all don't know who y'all fucking with. It's a whole new day. If you can't look around and see, it was a point where you could never come at Epstein. Everybody knew Epstein was Mossad. Mossad intelligence was so powerful. It was so powerful nobody could take him down. He falls. They used to movies in Hollywood call him Weinstein God. He falls. Everybody was scared of Diddy. All the niggas was scared of Diddy. You had to go get the butt sex patrol to go through the chambers to get to to get a deal, whatever. He falls. Pentagon is releasing stuff. They gonna come under fire. The CIA will be releasing stuff. CIA is under fire. It's a lot going on. You see that that Duke, the greatest quote unquote occultist 33 degree nigga on the planet, dead. He falls. Rothschild. He falls. He's dead. The royal family. Wake your motherfucker. Y'all can't see what the hell going on? I know y'all can see what the hell was going on. It's literally a change of guard. And we got y'all niggas going along to get along. You can't see that this shit is standing with two legs. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. It is a change of guard. And if y'all think y'all about to, I'm talking to you Black Americans, if y'all think y'all about to go in there and run around with this system, instead of creating your own, instead of doing what's in your best interest, instead of fighting for your rights, instead of, if you want to talk about you want to get in control of the government, okay, go ahead and do that. But you got to be real, and you got to have some power on high, and you got to be righteous. Because the moment you take on their ways, and the moment you take on what they do you follow them, and not insert your will on them, they insert their will on you. You're a puppet slave. God can't work that way. God don't work that way. You sit up there and make a statement like that, and y'all don't know no guerrilla warfare tactics, psychological guerrilla warfare tactics. Come on. Then y'all sell out your own, and then you got prophets and watchers among you, and then you try to make them play them like they crazy. Don Page, you better not ever in your natural born life try to insinuate nothing of that J.N.S. is crazy. in your natural born life. Y'all niggas is getting sauce from me, taking learning from me, and then going, come on, no. I know exactly what I'm talking about. This shit is ran interdimensionally. Don't mind me. I'm just a couple hundred years early. Eventually, the average human will be talking like this. The average human will know this, and I'll be vindicated. I'm just fucking early. Boo hoo. Chaos intelligence being in the flesh. That's what happens when you're Kamilah in the flesh. You're just early. You just know shit. And I'm very humble. And I, for one, I'm very loving. I'm here to love on my people. I'm here to love on humanity. I'm here for good. I'm not here, but I am a principality. I want to make that very clear. I am a principality. That is why I am bopping around here after all the assassination attempts and after all the shit that y'all done put me through and all the shit that the government try to run on my head. I'm a principality. Now, for those who say, oh, principality in high place, they're going to quote Ephesians 6:12. Okay, you do know that there's the nine choir of angels. There's a ninefold celestial hierarchy. Okay. This is a territory and jurisdiction of a prince or a princess. It's a principality. That is what I am. Okay. And so don't think that you got principalities from the underworld, you got principalities from hell, you got principalities of the heaven realm, you got principalities of the pole of the creation realm. Okay. Okay. Every aspect of this government has been infiltrated by the principalities. Will you? I can't get into all of that. I can't get into that. We ain't ready for all of that. We just not ready. You're not ready, Black Americans. Oh, but yeah, the GIA is a principality of Saturn celestial hierarchy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all thought we was playing. Now, everything gonna be fine for humanity. We got this eclipse coming up. I told y'all what that was about. Now, yes, they gonna try. Now they trying to hit it with CERN and turn CERN on, and what else they trying to do? They trying to fire some. NASA trying to fire some rockets. You know, they gonna do they shit. They're not gonna just go out without a fight. NASA works under another principality. They think that they will I can't tell y'all that. But nonetheless, we're preparing for this eclipse. Okay. And for those of us that's in, 5D, 6D, 7D, whatever, beyond dimensions, even 3D, depending on your silos of consciousness is what the energy you would be directed. Again, there's some very powerful energies that will be directed on this planet on April 8th for the betterment if you tune into it. I already told you, if you look at my recent tarot video, we told you what was coming through from the sun on that day. Now, usually it's supposed to be like a solar minimum, but that's going to be like a solar maximum. There are solar celestials coming through. Now we're talking spiritual. If you haven't noticed, we're getting esoteric coming through on April 8th. And I've seen them. I had another dream last night. I said, okay. Okay. Very interesting stuff. I really want to talk about it more on this video, but I want to keep this political. I want to keep this more. I don't want to get into my little priestly mode. So I want to talk about all that stuff in this video. I want to so bad. I'm like, it's just bursting to come out. But yeah. That's what I would say. I would say, Kamilah, stand on, pick your lane, do your introspection, see which lane you want to roll, because people are going to be picking up on that double speak, man. They is. Gonna be picking up on it. Y'all got your little crew. Oh, this is what I wanted to show. This numbskull right here. Well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but people like to throw. They'll come for you and then act like they not coming for you. This Queen of LA chick. Now you just heard me. She says Negro is not exclusive to us. You just heard me rip to shreds that whole argument. Okay. And so she even says right here, we are looking to define ourselves in non-racial ways as an ethnicity and a political class, two different things. If an African was born in the U.S. in the 1950s, Negro would be on on their birth certificate too. So we actually have the numbers of who was here in the 1950s. Okay, the African population was 0.001% of the to the decimal in this country in the 1950s. For one, it's a mute point. Two, like she said, two different things. The advocacy for a political status and to be viewed in a non-racial way is a separate issue from Negro being removed from Black and Black and African American. Furthermore, if we are to say it's not exclusive to to us because of this very notion that Caribbean was used the term Negro or African name was named a Negro or whatever, that doesn't back up the point of what the OMB did, because the OMB made Black and African American exclusive to I'm sorry, not exclusive, but umbrella term for all melanated people in this country. So they're undermining their own point. And this is what the Freedmans have been doing. They do this shit all the motherfucking time. I'm telling you, these niggas block me because they be scared. They know I'm coming. They know a real scholar is coming. And they be like, man, if we don't hurry up and she gonna pick our shit apart and we gonna be looking stupid. Okay. And so, you know, I guess they send the Queen of LA. She's in one of these nonprofits too. And you saying you a follower of Christ, you a follower of Yeshua, you a follower of the Christianity Christ or the ascended master Christ. You a follower of the ancient intergalactic mentalism teachings of Christ or the Christianity uh typical that Christ. Which one? Which one? Because it ain't no way in the world that you really understand in Christ and you pulling this shit that you pulling on our people. This is double speak that y'all pulling on our people. Jesus smacked the fuck out of all of y'all. He would. He really would. And this is somebody that we don't even go there. We ain't even gonna go there. Doing this unrighteous shit, working with this corrupt ass government over our heads. Instead of carving out our own shit or demanding that this government honor their social contract. And I'm not, again, the government could come holler at me. Y'all motherfuckers try to kill me anyways. Y'all sit up there watching surveillance, everything I do, any motherfucking ways. I don't have no beef. But I'm not about to sit up there. Nah, y'all sit up there and want to know about my military science uh blueprints and my decentralized autonomous organization blueprints of reshaping structural governance. That's also a form of military science. Y'all want to know about my abilities to come up with social engineering and all this shit. Be real. Don't be sending no fucking agents and all this weirdo shit around me. Come and say, hey, yo, you know, what is this stuff? We want to understand what the fuck you talking about. We want to understand. But no, y'all sat up there and set up a whole psyop around me and all this shit. No, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that. And the government is interested in the shit that I'm talking about regarding some of my information that I put out in them books. But my thing is, y'all not about to sit up there and send some crony ass agents around me to try to get intel. Say, come on. No, man. So sees here go some people. They saying this is their response to Kamilah. They say this ain't it. Why are you supporting this? No, in hope. Negro is on my birth certificate. This is unacceptable. What is the significance of removing Negro? Because my birth certificate says Negro. See, so you know, people was upset about this. People saying can't stand you. These are ADOS Freedmen. These are ADOS. These are FBAs. These are Black Indigenous. Can't stand you. You and your band of reprobate microcrents are lowest of the lower, scandalous and corrupt. The disgusting things you have done should get you in the awful outcome you deserve. I don't know. That's kind of harsh now. That's kind of harsh. 22 million of us have Negro on our birth certificates. How in the entire hell was flat blackness served to you to advance concerning reparations? I mean, people cussing her out. Reparations, what reparations? Family, they just playing your face with distractions. I'm a Negro. I'm a victim state sponsored terrorism. Instead of include my story about my oppressor, Judge. I don't know about okay. You know, I want people naming people's names in here. Okay, your legacy will be forever put to question, Kamilah Moore. And that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying too. And she ain't even been in the game for a year. I mean, at least Jesse Jackson and L. Sharp, they was in the game for 10, 20, 40 years before people caught on and them motherfuckers. It's like you ain't even been in the game that long because we had a different state of consciousness. Okay? Believe it or not, grassroots Black Americans are more spiritual than what you ever get to know. We not all, we like the politics and all that stuff, but Black Americans, we're thinking on a whole nother level. And I don't think y'all get that. I don't think y'all get that. We know the times that we are in. That's why you have some of the Black Americans. We in the end time, just judgment. You hear people saying all types of stuff. We know something going down spiritually. And you didn't even get a whole year in. And when you come out in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, this ain't even been 5 years and everybody questioning your motherfucking legacy already, Kamilah. Had you just got under some real niggas, like you was trying, like we were in like this little group or whatever, this little think tank or whatever. And I saw, believe it or not, you don't think I noticed, and I could actually name the person that you said this to. They showed it to me. You texted motherfucker and said, I can't be in y'all group because Kylie's in y'all group. In 2021, you did this. Yes, you did, Kamilah Moore. I can't be in that group because Kylie is in that group. It was a very powerful group. I was probably the most non-prominent Black person in the group. I ain't even gonna hold you. But whatever they put me in the group, I found out they was all like Masons, Easter Stars. I ain't know all this shit. I just thought these were some cool ass niggas talking about reparations. But she was in that group, and then she said, if Kylie's gonna be in there, I can't be in it. So she was wandering around the scenes. We talking about to other people that's way more connected to me than me. That's way more connected than me. And she saw immediately who I was back then and was like, she was going around behind the scenes. If Kylie's gonna be in that, I can't be in there. I can't roll with her. It's either her or me and all this shit. Nigga. Look. And you was sitting there studying our talking points in 2020. When you first came out, I'm telling you was talking crazy. Like you did not have the backing of the grassroots. As soon as you came out, I remember them ripping you to shreds. When you was talking about we need to fuck. You was naming all these bootleg ass motherfuckers, and I remember like, I remember the Black Americans is like, what? When you said why y'all not following our elite class? Why y'all don't want to listen to us? And we was looking like, the fuck is you talking about? And all of a sudden, you came out with this sister. The next couple of weeks, you came out with a whole Sister Soldier rebrand. And I said, well, give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's learning. But I never forgot that. I never said nothing about it. And then, you was going around. Oh, when you would literally just bring my name up out of nowhere. I'm literally, people showed me screenshots of this shit. Oh, Kylie was the one that you would literally just blame me for shit. Kylie was the one that removed me out the room. And it was a whole glitch. And I actually knew it was military and government in that particular space. Oh man, I wish I had my other phone because I could show all this shit. I literally told a person, I said, she will be back in the room within the next hour. This is above your pay grade. We know what's going on. I saw shit already. The person was like, no, once you remove the person, because once you remove, pretty much how it goes, if you remove somebody from a room on Clubhouse, that's it. They can't get back in. I knew from watching who was the host and watching what was what. I said, these people are connected to Clubhouse. They got pulled, but I knew that they had pulled behind the scenes to let people. I had saw what was going on. I'm like, why? And I had tested it. I was a host in that room. I said, she gonna be back in within an hour. Watch. They come. The person come and say, hey, did you do da? I said, yeah, I did. They're gonna be back in. I said, these other hosts, they got. This is a whole psyop. This is a whole other shit going on. Watch. And he said, what you talking about? You sound crazy, Kylie. Once you remove somebody out the room, they can't get back in. Why'd you do that? I said, trust me. I'm seeing some shit y'all niggas is not seeing. She's back in the room all of a sudden. Then she apologizes. She goes and apologizes to the person. Oh, it was not Kali. It was a glitch in the system, it looks like. Apparently, it was a glitch in the system. It wasn't no glitch. I already knew it was going to happen. But you was already, and I'm like, at least with me, I said, yeah, I did it. I didn't go around and say, no, I didn't say that. Oh, I said, yeah, I did it. And she's going to be back in within an hour because this shit is all rigged. We already know what the fuck going on. Now, she just thought it was a glitch. Like, you literally thought it was a glitch. Camille, like, oh, this is Clubhouse glitching. No, this stuff they had been orchestrating psyops over our motherfucking heads. I just picked up on it, saw who was working for. I mean, it was motherfuckers work. I mean, you could see. I mean, we was talking with people that was the secretary to the prime minister. We was talking to people. We were talking to senators. We were talking that Clubhouse stuff. That was. I mean, Clubhouse went to shit. Obviously now. And it's a complete mess. But when Clubhouse first came out, I mean, you could really network your motherfucking ass off. You could meet people that you would have never ever met. I mean, you talk to the CEO of AT&T. You could really meet some people that you would have never been able. Authors that you always wanted to meet, people that you always wanted to talk to. You could literally be able to talk to them. And it was kind of like before they let anybody just get on Clubhouse, and you had before you used to have an invite and all this stuff. It was. You was dealing with people that you knew that was supposed to be in your network. And it was that exclusivity was their competitive edge, believe it or not. It might have been looked at as bougie or whatever, but it worked. It worked. They lost that when they started letting anybody, I'm not trying to come at Android, but they lost the invite aspect. They lost the iPhone aspect, and they started putting like ghetto ass rappers. They had these rooms with ghetto ass rappers, and then the business class of Clubhouse bounced. The white folks bounced. They went on Spotify, the green room. A lot of them white business people, they took their shit to the green room because they didn't like it. Just the algorithm was just getting all fucked up on Clubhouse, which also my master teacher had called. I had spotted that out too. She just knew all this stuff was gonna go down. But when you first got on Clubhouse, you could really. So I already knew. I'm like, they not just giving us. I mean, we was arguing with Roland Martin, all types of shit. Like they and even like, I forgot, it was like people that had like access to like lobbies and investors on there, people that's connected to the Clinton Foundation. They wouldn't just. They knew what was going on. They knew who we was. They funneled us into certain rooms just through the algorithm alone. And it took me a while to click, because it did take me a while to click on to what was going on. Thank God I had like two black men pull me to the side and said, "Look, this is what's going on." But they knew who certain people was going to say or what people. So they was in certain rooms with certain people. They already would have stuff rigged out. Some of these people were military. I mean, I'm telling you with my own eyes what I saw. You thinking you just gonna get and talk to the secretary, the prime minister, talk to. We were literally talking to people that own whole ass banks in Africa, like literally. And you think that they don't know who's who and who's saying what and who doing? Nah, man. And that made Clubhouse kind of dangerous, depending, like for radical niggas like me. That kind of made us like. I mean, they clipped a lot of black Americans who was talking this shit I was talking. I mean, anybody. I don't see how I didn't get clipped. But they was clipping. They like, oh, you talking about reparations? Up, you talking about grassroots? Up, you talking about? They was clipping niggas left and right. They started censoring. That's also a fucked up Clubhouse. They started doing all this censoring for people who had real talent, in a variety of ways. Talent in a variety of ways. You had the Don Gimmies. You had the dark side. What was it? Vito. What's his thing? What was the dude's name? Vito. It's not Don Vito. The Vito dude, the African dude that had all the issues with the black Americans. We used to always stay coming at him or whatever. He had his whole little platform and his crew. They are very loyal crew. One thing I respect about them, I didn't always agree with everything they did, but when they had each other's back, they had each other's motherfucking back. And he kind of blew up. And he came to me. I remember he was like, "Oh, we want you to do a show on our platform and da." And I didn't take that offer. But I forgot his damn name. It was an African dude that started, nonetheless, they started clipping like good talent, even if it was real controversial. Even the white folks, even some of the white folks got clipped. I mean, they started turning into that YouTube, that Facebook type shit, that Facebook censorship type shit. And that also ruined Clubhouse, man. I mean, you used to really be able to talk some shit on there. That Wild Wild West stuff, believe it or not, it works. It can get ugly, and I can see you don't let people just calling each other, disrespecting women and just calling each other out their name and using racial epithet. I get that, but for the most part, sometimes that Wild Wild West element is what brings the numbers and what brings the people. They clipped Don Gimme. Don Gimme had a lot of talent. Now he was ratchet as they come. Now I ain't gonna hold you. The motherfucker was brutal. You get an argument with him. Brutal. They clipped him. Now he was very entertaining. They clipped Kendrick. I couldn't stand fucking Kendrick, but he could hold the room. They clipped Sir Major. They used to clip. I mean, they was clipping all of the people that was actually drawing in, and I know they was looking at how Kamilah didn't get clipped. But I do remember I was bring more of the scholarship type thing, and that was a part of my brand. But I mean, I said some wild shit too. But I also, character. They used to clip some of the funny ass Africans. They clipped the white conservatives. They clipped them first. They clipped. I mean, it was just a mess. It was a mess. But yeah, they knew what was going on. They knew it was all a big ass psyop. Then they curtailed and brought, and believe it or not, the niggas they had niggas on Clubhouse. They funneled us over into Twitter Spaces. They funneled us over real smooth too, real like a psychological operation. They was real smooth too. They was playing rooms from Twitter Spaces. Actually, it's deeper than it. They had a think tank and they sent people from Clubhouse into Twitter Spaces to people in particular they knew could really galvanize the Black indigenous on Twitter Spaces. That was all by design. I heard the person say it. Like, yeah, you was preyed upon. We sent our niggas over there to get into infiltrate them spaces. And then they just brought a whole bunch of Clubhouse motherfuckers. But it's not like certain, like say people like me, I knew that they had psychological and social engineering going on, but I didn't think that I was so caught up in that necessarily. I just thought, okay, this is a cool shit on Twitter Spaces. Let's see what they're talking about. But come to find out, I would say a year after that happened, it was definitely revealed that was all a big ass psyop, and they purposely came over to Twitter Spaces to looking for the same thing they did on Clubhouse. Pretty much, it's the same thing they did. Same thing. It's the same exact method that they used. Then they try to bring y'all over to fan base. They did the same thing on. It's literally the same formula. They went on Clubhouse, put us in like certain lanes and arenas, and try to get us over to fan base. I was on fan base for a while. We were 2021. We was on fan base. I mean, and we used to be on there. We were on there for hours on end. We was on fan base for a bit. And they didn't like they censorship, and it was so new. You got to figure it just wasn't hitting. It wasn't given. The rooms wasn't. You had some cool rooms and whatnot, but it didn't. At that time, Clubhouse was popping. Let's just be real. At that time, Clubhouse was more popping, and it was more niggas on Clubhouse, and so, we just divvy the time up between fan base. But I think, like at that time, we was all in the same circles. And then the shit spilled over to Twitter Spaces. But that was all by design. There was a think tank behind that sent that, even that whole viral space. And I know people don't want to believe that, but that was they preyed upon it. It was like that was all orchestrated from the top, very high levels. Maybe you guys know or don't know, but that is the case. There was 2 people sent over there from a think tank to go over there, then to put the rooms on Facebook and Clubhouse. This was all planned out. This is what I'm saying. It's all planned out. Not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it caused a lot of riffraff because it was so much ideological differences, and where the people on Twitter Spaces do not like niggas from Clubhouse. Even the Black indigenous on Twitter Spaces don't like what they call the American Indian from Clubhouse. They call them Clubhouse Indians. Same people, same lineage, but literally can't even just get along. It was something simple like that because somebody likes to say they Black and then somebody else don't like to say they Black. See, stupid shit like that, It could be warranted, whatever. But a lot of the people from Twitter Spaces, they couldn't stand Clubhouse people. They couldn't stand. I think I'm one of the rare few that that survived all of that. But they couldn't they couldn't stand because it's deeper. They knew they could feel the psychological operation behind it, and it is okay. But I'm off my rant. I don't went into my little tangent, but I think I belabored a point that I wanted to say. You see, you got other people saying, I thought we wanted freedmen. It was our political status post slavery. I understand why you won't want ADOS, but I didn't have to understand that freedmen and ADOS were equivalent. I was disappointed with their decision. So here goes some freedmen that's disappointed. Please share with those that may catch it a little slower. How is this a positive step for reparations? You ain't slow. They double speaking. That's all it is, J.N.S is. In what world? This statement sounds confusing. It was meant to be confusing, Cola. What exactly does this mean? I'm confused. She double speaking. She double talking. This whole video pretty much break down what she said and how it don't make sense. How much knob are you polishing before you get to the fulfillment of your goals? So see, people go, oh, somebody tagged Tariq the shit. You see this? Somebody tagged April. Somebody tagged the blood pack. The blood pack. This is American Negro FBA. Somebody. I think I'm familiar with the Scoops T person. I am Javert. This is scripted. This is a scripted lie. Didn't I say it sounded scripted? Without the designation. Okay, he's ADOS. Who paid you? Damn, I didn't even see all this. I'm like, damn, respectfully, whenever possible, could equate with all deliberate speed and become another 10, 50, 20 years delay as they figured out we don't have any more time to wait. Reparations affects our children and grandchildren now. All others paid with us. Okay. He on one. He done typed in all caps and shit. Okay. Negroes should be treated as a tribe like Choctaw. Why aren't we pushing for that recognition? See? That's a different perspective too. Some people say she's correct. She is not correct, but you have people that another nail in the coffin for the Black American freedmen. Meanwhile, Hispanics are getting everything they asked for: free healthcare, delineation. Oh, and they just put in a little bill for reparations. No study, no poll, with cash payment and land. See, it's horrific. I disagree with you. Why? One, other groups' data will be disaggregated moving forward. Two, and he points to this. How would Nigerian, Liberian, or Ghanaian be classified after living here as a naturalized citizen? Their lineage experience is not the same as African Americans descended from slaves. They experienced the brutality of colonial imperialism. If the U.S. is unwilling to advance what we want to call ourselves, then they should return to using Negro and color because it designates our points in their time in their system. That's true. It shows points in accumulated trauma. They want erasure. They can't have it. I prefer my old labels to new. So yeah, that's a great point. That's what I say. We need Negro ties you. That lets you know that this motherfucking country did. They claim the federal government doesn't use ethnicity, race for federal funding. It's nuisance. It has nuisance. I think you mean nuance, honey. Nuisance has nuisance. I think he meant nuance. Ethnicities are tied to nation states, territories, a la Native Americans, thus they are considered for federal programs. Being counted is the first step to recognition, followed by legalities, added legalities. See, our people don't even know what the hell be going on. So we got only one says, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm going to trust you know how to move us forward. I'm telling you, this motherfucker is a double speaking. See, so that's how that's the reaction that they want Black Americans to have. We're not lawyers. We don't know. Let's just trust the process, and then you get fucked over. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's hurtful. It ain't right, man. It ain't right to be double speaking people like that, man. Thinking people just dumb. I think y'all get the point. I made my point. Let me get my ass off of here. So I'm gonna do another video. Okay, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.